One of the most persistent and peculiar space-based conspiracy theories claims that an alien satellite has been orbiting Earth for thousands of years, monitoring humankind's progress. Despite scientists coming up with multiple explanations for the object, the Black Knight satellite continues to fascinate UFO hunters and conspiracy theorists. Here we look at the history, key events, and theories surrounding this mysterious piece. Origins of the Black Knight satellite. The story of the Black Knight satellite actually starts long before the 20th century. In 1899, the great inventor Nikola Tesla, who was testing his radio equipment in Colorado Springs, announced that he had received a signal, obviously transmission, originating from an unknown source. Tesla stated that the signal came from space. At the time when scientists first started attempting to analyze this interstellar transmission, in order to do so, they had to wait until 1932 toys and work out its origin with the high technology which existed then at their disposal. Speculations crisscrossed in all possible directions. Furthermore, it seemed at some moment, in fact several, quite logical. Many began to suspect this impulse could have been a contact attempt originating from an intelligent civilization on far remote worlds. Some researchers interested into the mystery of Black Knight sometimes will mention as a prelude these elementary known principles bearing Tesla feet. I repeat, elementary known facts related merely with people following information. Years later, in the 1920s, Norwegian engineers were detecting radio echoes, long-delayed echoes, or LDE. They didn't have an explanation for the phenomenon. The echoes, of course, didn't help matters either, and only fueled more speculation that it could be an extraterrestrial satellite. Some scientists claim to this day that these signals are being sent to Earth, the 1960 detection. The legend of the Black Knight made its debut in 1960, when the US Navy announced to the world that it had detected a dark, tumbling object in polar orbit around Earth. Polar orbits are often used for Earth mapping, Earth observation, capturing the Earth as time passes from one point, and reconnaissance satellites. This particular orbit let it cover every point on the Earth's surface over a 2-week cycle. The only problem was that according to calculations, it wasn't actually possible for anything to be in polar orbit at that time. The first successful launch to space by humans would only come in 1957. Initially, what was thought to being doings of Soviet-Russian origin, shadowing of which caused great concern during the beginning stages of Cold War, only turned out to be not signs of extraterrestrial life, but an explanation coming directly from our oceans. News run like wildfire through newspapers, announcing with bold typeface headlines, signals had been received from another galaxy, were set arrival within next 5 years. This was further backed up by massive media coverage. Decision M13, Star Temple terrestrial race were already on there via black shared living signals. 1998, Space Shuttle Discovery mission. Probably the most famous event associated with the Black Knight satellite happened in 1998 during the STS-88 mission of NASA's Space Shuttle Discovery, when astronauts took shots of an object floating in space, a mysterious dark one. A set of photos later released to the public began to cause a wave of speculations. To many, the object looked like some sort of spacecraft, and thus the shots were soon related to the Black Knight satellite legend. NASA explained the photo anomaly rather simplistically. It was just a thermal blanket which had come loose during the mission and nothing else. It had been part of the construction of the shuttle and had inadvertently floated away from the shuttle. Notwithstanding, many UFO enthusiasts refused to buy into that explanation from NASA, declaring that Black Knight satellite had finally been captured on camera. What is the Black Knight satellite supposed to be? Proponents of the Black Knight satellite theory say the object is an ancient alien satellite that has been in orbit of Earth for as long as 13,000 years. Some claim it was put into orbit by aliens as part of a long-range mission to observe humanity or the development of Earth. Others even say it could be the relic of an advanced pre-human civilization. There are a number of theories regarding the satellite's purpose, but all those theories have one thing in common. They conclude that it is an artificial object not built by human beings. The unusual orbiting of the satellite and the mystery tag attached to it make it irresistible for the UFO and extraterrestrial life buff skepticism and scientific explanations. Skeptics point out, however, that all evidence concerning the Black Knight satellite is circumstantial at best. They argue that many of the events and sightings that have been linked to the Black Knight have easy natural or man-made